In this video, I'm going to continue designing our swipe card. So let's go back to our code. In here, for now, we can simply close this one. Down here, let's add another element. It's going to say information and actions. So a div. Let's make this one a section. Here, this one and this one, let's make them a section. Let's add a class to this one. Let's make it absolute. Insert x 0, bottom 0. Then insert y half 1/2. Want to make it half of this one. Want to make it half of the height of this one. Py 2. For the background, we don't want one solid background because we want it to be a little bit darker in the bottom. So we can say background gradient to bottom. Actually, gradient to top. So we can start from black at the bottom, that to black /0. And here let's add pointer events to none. This is just used to defer any click events to go to the element behind it, because it's going to be a draggable, so you don't want the draggable to be interfered by the elements that have a higher Z index. So this pointer events none just defers any click events to the element behind it, since it's absolute. And now if you go ahead and check, you see we now have a darker thing here, which is dark here, and let it goes to be light up. If I refresh this, see it's becoming dark at the bottom, which was our intended purpose. This is good. Now let's go ahead and continue. In here, in the section, let's create some personal details. Let's create a div. First, let's add this personal details inside this div, because here it's going to be, let's not add more classes here, let's add new classes here. Let's make this one flex. The flex code, height, full, gap 2.5, margin top, auto, padding of 5, text, white. And now here we can add element here like div. Let's say grid cause 12, item center. In here I'm gonna have two elements. So div.core, core span 10. Make sure this is core span, not core span. Core span 10. Let's add h4 dot. Let's make this thick, font bold. The text 3XL. Let's add name like fake name. After the name, we're gonna have a biography. So you can say P, you can say lorem, just type lorem and then click tab to create this dummy text. Here, so the class, let's make one test large, and then line clamp. If you don't know about this, this is used to control how many lines are available. Vertically, yes, how many lines. So here we just choose line, maximum 3 lines, and then after that, cut the rest. So now if we go and check it out, awesome. Now we have a name of this woman here, and then with a description or bio. Alright, now here on the right, since this is a grid cause, let's create another core with 2, since we've already taken 10 from here. Okay, let's create, let's say core span 2, justify, and again pointer events to auto. Alright, this is going to be clickable, so we are supposed to override any click events, not to go to the element behind. Alright, so for that, in here we can go ahead and let's add a button here. Let's add an SVG. Actually, no, let's not create our own SVG. Let's go to hero icons and get an information SVG. So here let's go to heroicons.com. In here let's get the info, this one, and then let's get the solid one like that. Copy this one, paste it here. Let's just change the class here to text white. Okay, now we have this element here. This is going to be clickable in the future, such that when we click like that, it's going to show the profile or not. Alright, so real quick, let's now move on to adding buttons here on the bottom. So for that, we can go back to our code. In here, after this personal details, down here, we can now create actions. Let's create divs here, grid cause 5, and 5 buttons. Say gap of 1, items, center, and margin top, auto. Inside here, let's have our first div element. Right, here is going to be a button. And for this button here, add draggable to false. Right, and then inside here, here for the button, let's add a class. The class is going to be rounded, full, border, to, the pointer events auto because we want it to be clickable. Let's add a group, the border, yellow, 600, yeah, padding 3, shrink, 0, here max, width, fit, flex, item center. Alright, and then here, since the border is yellow, here also add yellow, 600. Alright, now this, for the first one, is going to be like somewhat a rewind button, I think. So in here, let's go to hero icons. Now we have this ring here. So let's go ahead and add an element inside. Hero icons, make sure you have this website hero icons open. It's going to help us a lot in this episode. So here, add something like arrow. Right, so now we can go scroll down. When you want to get this arrow, U-turn left, this one. So copy this one, arrow U-turn left. Let's go back, let's paste the SVG. Let's change the classes a little bit. Let's make width 9 and 9. Let's add shrink 0, M02. Okay, group over one as scale to 105. Since we added a group here, when you hover this, one has increased the size of this element, this SVG. Here, transition, transform. Let's just increase the stroke to 2 and stroke current. Now if we go, check it out. Awesome. Now we have this rewind button here. Now let's go ahead and add more buttons. So here, let's copy this one, this element. Like that's going to be a rewind element. Make sure I comment to not get confused. Rewind. Next one, swipe left. So for this one, let's go to hero icons. Yeah, let's go here to hero icons. Let's go ahead and get the X. Just type X and get this one. Copy that. Paste it inside here. Let's change the classes for this one. Yeah, the classes is going here. If we bring that here, the classes is going to be width 11, height 11. Let's just copy the classes for this one from the rest. Copy all that and then paste it inside here. Alright, just remove the stroke from here. We don't want the stroke in the second one. Here at the top, change this one to red. Also here where there's yellow, put red. Now if we go and check it out, you see it's looking something like that. Okay, let's increase the stroke for this one. Here. Let's add stroke to 4. Do you have the stroke 4 or stroke 2? Let's check out how it's looking like. No, nothing. So let's remove that. In here, inside the SVG, let's add stroke attribute. The stroke width 4. The stroke current color. Right now, if we go, if we refresh, it's looking like that. Let's just add like stroke 3. Alright, much better. Next button is going to be the super like. So let's go back. In here, let's copy this element. Let's copy this element, paste it there. Here going to be super like. Now for this super like, the color is going to be blue. And then let's go to here and then let's get something like star. Let's copy this one, the star icon. Let's paste it inside here. Then for this one, let's make the scale to 95 because it's actually small if you check out the actual Tinder. Well, and for the class, let's just copy this class. Let's paste it here. Alright, now if we go and check, awesome. Now you have this nice looking class. Here we don't really like this gap here, so let's go back. add the gap to 2. Yeah, much better. Actually, it's the second one here. The swipe left. Okay, make this width to 10 and height 10. Yeah, much better. Alright. Now let's add 2 more. Copy that again. Let's just format the document. Alright. This is going to be swipe left. So swipe right. The color for this one is green. In this, remove the scale 95 from here. Here, we're going to replace this SVG. Let's just remove it. For this one, let's go ahead and get the heart from hero icons. Let's copy this heart. This is inside here. And let's copy the class. Let's copy this class. So let's replace it here. Let's change this height to 10, this one to 10. So now if you go and check it out, alright, now here it's kind of touching each other. So here let's go ahead and reduce the padding here to 2. Here make the padding 1.5. And then here if you go to the one on top, the swipe left, make the padding to 2. Also, alright, much better now. So now let's go back. Here let's copy this one, the swipe right, and then create our last one. Now is going to be the boost. So for the boost here it's going to be purple and purple. Then let's go to hero icons. Let's remove this SVG. Oh yeah, here actually make sure that the color is purple, not I typed it wrong. Here purple, also here purple. And let's go ahead and actually get the boat from the hero icons. So in hero icons, just type boat, get the solid one, copy that, paste it in there, and then in here let's get this class from top. Let's copy this class, and then replace it down here. Now if we go and check, awesome. Now we have all these buttons that we're going to use in our future videos for clicking and adding actions to our swipe card. Alright, so here as I can see, it's not really reacting to the hover events. So before we close the video, actually let's just go in here in the group, just select this here, select this, and then like on your keyboard, hold Control or Command Shift L, select all occurrences. Here in the group, change this from full column to hyphen, and then change this one for hover scale to full column. I kind of swapped it. Now if you go, now if you hover, you see it's now reacting a little bit. Alright, so I think let's close this video because it's becoming too long, and I'll see you guys in the next one.